Eye contact is one of the fastest social signals we have. Before anyone speaks, the eyes often decide whether an interaction feels safe, interesting, awkward, or intense. Most people think eye contact is simple. Look to show confidence, look away to show shyness. But psychology suggests it's more layered than that. A gaze can communicate attraction, respect, curiosity, challenge, empathy, or discomfort. The same behavior can mean different things depending on context and timing. In this script, we're unpacking 15 eye contact facts that connect to attraction, trust, and power. Not as magic rules, but as patterns you can notice in real life. Fact 1. Eye contact is a form of attention, and attention is emotionally meaningful. When someone looks at you, your brain registers, "I'm being noticed." Being noticed can feel good, but it can also feel threatening. That depends on the person's expression, the situation, and your own past experiences. This is why the same glance can feel flattering from one person and creepy from another. The nervous system reads intention, not just duration. Fact 2. Eye contact increases self-awareness. When someone looks at you, you become more aware of yourself, your posture, and your words. That self-awareness can boost performance in some situations, like staying focused in a serious conversation. But it can also create pressure and make you anxious. If you've ever stumbled over words while someone stared, you've felt this effect. The gaze turns up the volume on your internal monitor. Fact 3. Mutual eye contact is a quick way to create connection. When two people look at each other at the same time, it signals shared attention. Shared attention is the foundation of bonding. It's the feeling of being in sync, even for a moment, even with a stranger. That's why a simple moment of eye contact in a crowd can feel like a tiny spark. It's a micro connection. Fact 4. Eye contact can signal attraction, but it's the pattern that matters. One long look might be random. Repeated looks are more intentional. Attraction-based eye contact often comes in cycles. Look away, then look back. It's like the brain checking, are we still connected? If the expression softens during those moments, it usually carries more weight than the length of the look. Fact 5. The eyes don't flirt alone, the face does. A warm gaze usually comes with relaxed brows and a natural, gentle expression. A hard gaze often comes with tension in the mouth, jaw, or forehead. The eyes are part of a full emotional picture. If you want to interpret a look, don't isolate the eyes. Read the whole face like one message. Fact 6. Eye contact can build trust when it matches the moment. Steady, calm eye contact often signals sincerity. But too much eye contact, especially too early, can feel forced. Trust grows when eye contact feels natural, not performed. A reliable sign of comfort is rhythm. The person looks away, then returns without rushing or freezing. Fact 7. People look away to regulate emotion. Looking away is not always dishonesty or disinterest. Sometimes people break eye contact to think clearly, calm themselves, or reduce intensity. It's a self-soothing strategy. So if someone looks away while answering a deep question, it might mean they're searching for the right words, not hiding something. Fact 8. Eye contact can be a dominance move. Some people hold an unblinking stare to signal control. This is common in competitive situations or when someone wants to intimidate. It's less about connection and more about rank. You can usually feel the difference. Dominance eye contact often feels cold, testing, or confrontational. Fact 9. Power isn't only in staring. Power is in comfort. The person who can maintain relaxed eye contact without forcing it often appears more confident. Confidence looks like ease. Not rigid, not overly intense, just steady and grounded. Someone who is comfortable can look away naturally and return without anxiety. That flexibility reads as social strength. Fact 10. In attraction, eye contact often increases during emotional moments. When people feel something, admiration, affection, curiosity, they look more. You'll notice this in conversations that suddenly get personal. The eyes lock in because the moment matters. If he holds eye contact when you share something vulnerable, it can signal care and attention rather than casual interest. Fact 11. Pupils can change with interest, but they're unreliable as proof. Pupils may dilate with attraction, yet lighting and stress also affect them. So, pupil size alone is not a dependable test? It's only meaningful when paired with other signs like warmth, mirroring, and consistent effort. In real life, you're better off reading behavior patterns than trying to study someone's pupils like a detective. Fact 12. Blinking and facial tension tell you about stress. People under pressure may blink more, stare less, or freeze into a fixed gaze. A fixed gaze can look confident, but it can also be anxiety. Watch the rest of the body: stiff shoulders, shallow breathing, fidgeting. Comfort usually looks fluid. Stress looks mechanical. Fact 13. Liars don't always avoid eye contact. This is one of the biggest myths. Some people who lie increase eye contact because they think it makes them look honest. Others avoid it because they feel guilty. So instead of using eye contact as a lie detector, look for inconsistencies in story, behavior, and emotional reactions. Fact 14. Cultural and personal norms shape what feels normal. In some cultures, direct eye contact is respect. In others, it can feel rude. Personality matters too. Some people are naturally intense eye contact communicators, even with strangers. So don't measure everyone with the same ruler. Measure them against their baseline behavior. Fact 15. Eye contact becomes most powerful when it's paired with empathy. When someone looks at you with genuine understanding, it can feel healing. This is why therapists, great listeners, and emotionally mature partners often use eye contact carefully. It says, "I'm here." Empathic eye contact doesn't invade, it invites. It gives you space to be a person, not a performance. Now let's connect these facts to attraction more clearly. Attraction eye contact is usually selective and repeated. He may look at you when you're not speaking. He may glance at you, then smile slightly, then look away as if caught. And when you catch him, he doesn't look irritated. He looks playful, curious, or a little shy. Another attraction clue is proximity. Eye contact from across the room can be curiosity. Eye contact when he positions himself near you often shows intention. Also watch for triangular gaze, where someone looks at your eyes and briefly at your lips. This can signal romantic interest, though it's not universal. But again, the safest interpretation comes from clusters: eye contact plus warmth plus effort plus consistency. Now trust-based eye contact feels steady, not urgent. A man who trusts you tends to look at you when he says something real. He doesn't hide behind jokes the whole time. He also doesn't weaponize eye contact. He's not using the gaze to win. He's using it to connect. When you're speaking, he gives you attention without constantly scanning the room. That is a quiet form of respect. Trust also shows up after conflict. If he can return to calm eye contact during a repair conversation, it often means he's emotionally present. Someone who refuses to look at you during repair may be overwhelmed, ashamed, or avoidant. That doesn't automatically mean he doesn't care, but it signals difficulty with closeness. Now power. Power-based eye contact is often about control of the emotional temperature. A powerful communicator can increase eye contact to emphasize a point, then soften it to reduce pressure. They can lead without crushing. In unhealthy dynamics, eye contact can become a tool. Staring to intimidate, withholding eye contact to punish, or giving sudden intense eye contact to hook you. If eye contact is used to make you anxious, small, or desperate, that's not attraction. That's manipulation. Healthy power feels stabilizing. Unhealthy power feels destabilizing. So what should you do with these facts in your own life? Start by noticing your body's response. Do you feel calm when someone looks at you? Or do you feel pressured, scanned, or judged? Your nervous system often detects the emotional intent before your mind forms a story. Next, look for matching behavior. If the eye contact says, "I like you," but the actions say, "I disappear," trust the actions. Eye contact can be easy. Effort is harder. Consistency is the truth teller. If you want to build better connection yourself, aim for balanced eye contact. Look long enough to show presence, not so long that it becomes a contest. A simple guideline is to hold eye contact while someone shares something important, then break naturally to relieve intensity. If you're nervous, don't force a stare. Use soft focus and return to the eyes in short, comfortable intervals. You can also pair eye contact with a small nod and relaxed facial muscles. That combination communicates safety. In flirting, don't rely on eye contact alone. If you want to signal interest, add warmth. Warmth can be a gentle smile, a slight head tilt, or an open posture. Those cues prevent your gaze from feeling harsh. If you're not interested, you can still be respectful. Brief eye contact and a neutral expression can acknowledge someone without encouraging more. You don't owe extended eye contact to anyone who makes you uncomfortable. Discomfort is enough reason to disengage. For people who struggle with eye contact, especially due to anxiety or neurodiversity, connection is still possible without forcing pain. You can look at the bridge of the nose, the eyebrows, or switch between eyes and other facial points. Most people won't notice. What matters is presence, not perfection. Many warm communicators don't hold constant eye contact. They hold consistent attention. Also remember that eye contact changes with emotion. Someone who cares might look away when they're about to cry. Someone who is attracted might look away because they're overwhelmed. Not all avoidance is rejection. The key is whether they come back. Returning to connection after looking away is often more meaningful than never looking away at all. If you want to test chemistry respectfully, you can make eye contact, soften your expression, and see if they mirror it. Mirroring is often unconscious. If they soften too, the interaction usually feels more mutual. If they harden their face, look annoyed, or seem trapped, back off. Mutual comfort is the green light. One more important point: eye contact is not consent. A look can be interest, or it can be politeness, or it can be freezing in discomfort. So never treat eye contact as permission to push boundaries. Treat it as information, then respond with respect. If you're trying to read a man's feelings, watch what his eyes do when you speak about your life. Does he brighten? Does he lean in? Does he stay with you emotionally? Eyes that care tend to stay. Not in a staring way, but in a present way. And watch what his eyes do when other people enter. If he keeps checking where you are, that often signals you're on his mind. But again, don't build a relationship on glances. Build it on communication and consistent choices. At the end of the day, eye contact is a language. Like any language, it can be used to connect, to persuade, to protect, or to control. The 15 facts you learned today aren't rules to obsess over. They're tools to help you read situations more clearly. Because the real goal isn't to decode every look. The goal is to recognize what feels healthy, mutual, and respectful. When eye contact creates warmth, trust, and ease, it's a good sign. When it creates anxiety, confusion, or pressure, listen to that too. The strongest eye contact is not the longest. It's the most human. And when you understand that, you stop chasing signals and start choosing connections that actually feel right.